Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to apologize for bringing her. Grandma's at the doctor's, and so I had a choice. I could either not pick up my daughter and get a really mad phone call from my wife, or pick her up. So, gentlemen, I think I made the right decision.
Yeah.
I've been married for 10 years, and I haven't spent the night on the couch once, so didn't do good. Thank you for the opportunity to speak here today. By the way, my daughter's name is Carolina Victoria, if anybody wants to know. She's on the back of the brochures, and she gets me a lot of votes. Thank you for having us today. A little bit about myself. I was actually born and raised in the district. Born and raised in Santa Ana Community Hospital when it was a hospital over there on Lincoln in Washington. I attended the local schools. I attended Mater Dei High School. Proud to say I'm a Monarch. Right after high school, my brother and I both thought it was part of our duty to serve our country, so we enlisted in the United States Air Force, and I served in Space Command. Basically, Space Command out of NORAD in Colorado was the command that was responsible for making sure that no nuclear missiles from the Soviet Union ever entered our airspace. And I'm happy to report that on my watch, no missiles got through. So that was a part of my duty as serving this country, and I was really honored to, at 19 years old, get a tap on my shoulder one day from President Ronald Reagan. He was visiting the installation where I was serving, and I was very proud to have him as my Commander-in-Chief. Out of the Air Force, I went to Cal State Fullerton, got a business degree with a concentration in finance. And the best thing I got out of Cal State Fullerton was my wife, actually. She was there, and I met her. We actually grew up about a mile apart from each other in Santa Ana, and we never met. It was just fate to meet at Cal State Fullerton. Right out of Fullerton, I actually went into law enforcement. I first became an investigator with the LA County Marshal's Office, doing background investigations, and I eventually ended up as a special agent with the Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control for the state of California. And my territory was basically San Luis Obispo down to the Mexican border. So we did all kinds of investigations, narcotics, prostitution, bookmaking, money laundering, false ownerships. You name it, we did it. So I put a lot of bad people in jail, took a lot of risks, put my life on the line a lot, but I was very proud to do it as a citizen of this country. And until my wife made me get another job. She says, I don't know if I want you doing that anymore. So I went back to school, got my master's degree, and actually became a manager with the county executive office with the County of Orange. And I'm very proud to say that I have 7 years of management experience with the County of Orange. I know the county very well. I run planning and development services. I'm the assistant director there. I don't know if you remember a couple years back, planning and development services was having a hard time. They were in the paper, they were on the verge of going bankrupt. Just wasn't being managed very well. And I was handpicked by the CEO to go in there and turn it around. And so I used my experience as a manager, my freshly earned master's degree in leadership, and all my current experience in HR, IT, budget, and finance for the county, and we turned it around. And not only did we turn it around, but we added about $500,000 to the fund balance available without touching the reserve. So I was really happy to do that for the county, and I gained accolades from the county executive officer and Chairman Bill Campbell at the time. And that's one of the reasons Chairman Campbell is my campaign chairman. He says, you know, I get asked to endorse a lot of different people for a lot of different offices. You're an easy endorsement. I've seen you in action. I've seen you, I know that you worked for the county for 7 years. I saw what you did at Planning and Development Services. You have good fiscal responsibility, you have good business sense, and you're a really good guy, good family man, served in the military, and I'm currently the Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Santa Ana. And that's why I got his endorsement. And today, I'm very proud to announce that I got the endorsement of Supervisor John Morlock and Supervisor Chris Norby. They're announcing today that they are endorsing me for my race here on the Board of Supervisors. As I mentioned, I was elected to City Council a couple years back as a City Councilman in Ward 3, and I'm happy to say that I'm now the Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Santa Ana. And I guess I have the dubious honor of being the youngest tenured Mayor Pro Tem in the history, 134-year history of the city. So that's kind of a neat thing. Most people get Mayor Pro Tem after 6 years. A couple have done it in 4, and I was lucky to be elected by my colleagues after 2 years of serving. I'll tell you a little bit about my wife. She's a local person, born and raised, obviously in Santa Ana. She is a teacher in Santa Ana Unified School District, and one of the things that impresses me about her is she teaches in the same classroom that she attended as a child. And the principal that hired her was her principal as a child. And they made a big deal about that. They wrote a story about her, and so she's kind of one of my local heroes. This is one of my beautiful kids. I have a 5-year-old son who's in school. Carolina is 3, and I'm happy to say we have a third one on the way. So my wife is 7.5 months pregnant with our third child, and he's a boy. And that's a little bit about me. Some of the things I've done in the community, I'm the past president of the Santa Ana Kiwanis Club, and I'm happy to say that I'm one of its distinguished presidents. I was recognized by Kiwanis International. Only 3 presidents in the 90-year history of the club have one distinguished president, and I was one of them, and I was very happy to do that. I also sit on the Bowers Board, Bowers Museum Board of Governors, and I'm also a board member of Santa Ana Western Medical Center. So I sit on the local hospital. It's our local trauma center for our firefighters and our first responder police officers. So I've served in community. I'm a volunteer at Paint Your Heart Out in Santa Ana. I'm a volunteer Orange County Habitat for Humanity. I've helped build a couple of homes in Santa Ana. I'm an amateur carpenter, so if this politics gig doesn't work out, I can hang crown molding, you know, and frame houses and do all that kind of stuff. So and you can tell from my hands, I'm a hands-on kind of guy. My hands are a little bit beat up. I'm actually finishing up the bedroom for the third child, so you know I got to win this campaign, you know, and then hurry up and finish the bedroom because the baby's due at the end of February. So I have a little deadline on me. Thank you very much for allowing me this time to let you know a little bit about myself, and I look forward to your questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Umberg and Mr. Bustamante. Do we have any questions from the floor specifically, you know, to the candidate? Yes.
What is your position on auditing the Sheriff Department's retirement plan?
Well,